Hi, I'm David Weegenaar. Welcome to my chess channel. This is a very instructive game. I have just lost to this opponent the first game. We played 2 games, and this is a player from the Philippines. I am white in this case. I have just been beaten by the same player with the black pieces, for me with the black pieces. Here we go. I kind of got crushed. So this was the a Karakan opening, which I'm playing just knight c3, knight f3, as you will see soon, and it's Blitz chess, of course, on chess.com. We're both at the end of this game on equal rating. Okay, e4 c6, knight c3. Now what this whole thing is about is my play is not very good in the opening. Black probably gets an equals quite quickly, if not even a better position. And I didn't want to draw. I wanted to win this. So the feeble threat is here, to be frank. Let's say what black plays something really silly, like even here. That's not so good. But if black now plays, let me say, let's play something non-committal like this, okay? New variation. Then I have this rather hard move for black to meet, because I'm threatening the bishop twice with the knight and the queen on d1. So what happens if bishop takes queen? Okay, it's bishop f7 checkmate. Good, I'm glad you saw that. So what happens if bishop here? New variation. We just play queen takes bishop. Now that's just a wee little trick. Very simple for you to learn. Now, no matter what black does, really, I mean, you know, how's black going to defend checkmate or a major loss of pieces and etc.? So, because knight takes queen fails, not to knight takes pawn, but bishop takes f7 checkmate. So let's get back to the program. So I play my opening pretty badly, really. e6 came, so all that previous acknowledgement of crazy tactics is out now. And by the way, I will just show you that if h6 here, new variation, I don't want to muck it up, knight here, the best move here for black is bishop e6. Not that you really want to play into this. You don't want to play h6, because we've got major difficulty for black now, because this is not a very nice place for black to have a knight in their camp for. We can support that with just a h-pawn move and d4, c3, bishop, all that sort of stuff, and we can have a lovely post for this knight eventually on e5, and the whole game can surround around that. Oops, we've got the main line now. So e6, castles. The very simple play that I play here. It is Blitz, that's my excuse, but it's not very good. And here black just goes after a queen swap, and I don't want one, because that might end up as a draw, or probably better for black anyway, this position, for the better bishop that black's got. So here comes bishop c5. Black's really wanting to pound me That's what I feel. So I go c3. And my opponent goes bishop b6, d4. Now this bishop sits here for the whole rest of the game, almost to the very end. And after bishop g3, I went to myself, right, I know my plan. My plan is simply this. I want to open up this diagonal eventually, and I want to place my rooks on this file and start hammering home on the F file and hitting this knight on F6 eventually. So anyway, so I was quite happy when my opponent played bishop g3, because now I can start operating as if my opponent has a fiend shadow bishop on g7 that has gone missing. So here we go. The whole play in the game is around this simple wee instruction to myself, the whole game. So here we go. We just take this. I do not want to have something that is causing me thoughts of what to do about it. Do I defend this pawn? Do I move it? Or do I just get rid of the tension? So I get rid of the tension with d c5, queen c5, king h2. And here I'm defending the g pawn on g3, of course, even though it is doubled. But I've got this open rook file. Now, maybe probably best is rook takes here. It's probably better than what black played, but they didn't. They played queen g5, and I'm thinking this is great. So now I go, just, you know me, I'm just going to play basically rook d7. So I was threatening queen f7 check again, but your exercise is to come soon. h4. Now the beauty is that my opponent plays queen g6, and let's remember now that offers swap again, because that's going to be advantageous probably to black, or at least probably a draw. So I say no thank you. Now I can threaten this, but I don't really want to, and knight takes pawn up, but then black would have queen g6 after h6, would have queen g6 and nullifying any sort of attack that I might want to have. So f5, yeah, I'm still not worried about this. Queen g5, and he gobbles up another pawn, my opponent from the Philippines. h6, and a wee bit surprising, black played rook f7, but it's still very good for black to not push the pawn on g7 to g6, which is probably what I expected. So I go rook, yes, I take here. Now if the rook takes, of course, then I'm just going to take with a bishop, and then I'll be material up. Okay, so if rook g7 here, I'm just going to take the rook with the bishop, and etc. My opponent takes with a knight. Now I go rook f4, because I've got simple things, ideas in mind here, or plans or themes or schemes of moving this rook to the h file and queen here, and etc. as you will see maybe in the game. So queen e2, wanting to play, which they missed queen g4 before, wanting to play queen h5, and again nullifying my attacking chances and probably possibility of a win too. So I stop queen h5, just frankly, basically I stop queen h5. Now comes rook a f8. Now black's playing like Kasparov, playing all their pieces into the fray. Everything is involved. So I have to equal the task. Rook e1, and if the queen moves lamely away somewhere, then everyone can see that I can just merely take this pawn, because the knight cannot take because it's check. So, but black plays sensibly, queen a6. So now I cannot play rook e6 because of queen e6. I play queen h6 here now, threatening obviously queen h7. Now your exercise today is coming up very shortly, but if you want to, you can analyze from here. After knight e8, what would you do as white? The obvious move is first white, but then the second move is not so obvious. So moving on, my opponent felt probably reluctant right here, and probably thought I've turned my computer on, given the game I've just played beforehand was really not great. Knight e8. Okay, so we all have the obvious rook e6 here, which is met by queen a2. So after queen a2 here, your exercise, should you choose to accept it, is what did black get met with by my hand? What was my next move for white? So after rook e6, futile are moves such as rook f6 to attack my queen, because I'm probably just going to take the queen on a6, and then the rook could take my queen, and then I'll take the rook with the rook on a6 back on h6, if you get what I mean. So after queen a2, what was white's next move? Which was my move, of course. What was white's next move? So if you want to try and work this out, I suggest you pause now, because I'm going to show you what I played. Now it's quite simple, you see. It's not actually something really hard to see. And in fact, I didn't actually play the best move in the world. I actually erred here. I played the wrong move here. Rook g7. Now, how can black get finished off a lot quicker than what I did? I was a bit more cute, because I like to play the cute move, but there's a resolutely better move here for white than what I played. So the move that is rather obvious is rook g7 check. See, new variation. And either or, if the knight takes the rook because it's check, then queen g7 is checkmate. And if the king moves here, then it's depending how you want to do it, but it's queen h7 checkmate. But I missed this because I just wanted to be cute. What did I play? Yes, you all saw it. Well done. I went queen h7 check, and see, the rook cannot capture the queen. See, because, and the rook's defending the queen on h7, so the king has to move. There's nothing that can take my queen. So I was a bit more cute, but the rest is history. Okay, so now that brings me to, I would like to show you an interesting position if you would like to hang around for. That black is to move, and it was reached from a problem. Position, the blunder of the century at 1971. So you can have a look at what that position is if you want to try and find it. That would be a good exercise. So we have pawns here and here, and we have pawns here and here, and black is to move. So I'm just going to show you this. It's quite fun, quite cute. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, and then that will be the end of the session. So black to move plays the obvious knight b4 here. Now in analysis I played something silly like this, which is no good because it ended up kind of equal, because I had to give up my knight for this pawn that's marching away. Here white plays knight b6. Now there's two main lines here. There's this move, okay, to prevent sort of knight b6 check, etc. Okay, so there's this move. So what's the move that's quite devastating and quite good and quite fun and cool to see in this position for white now is knight b6. Now notice the beauty of it. If the king takes the knight, then this is c8, queen, not rook, but we could make it a rook, check with the bishop. So discovery check. So that's quite cool. So here there's nothing than this. Excuse me. So there's nothing but this, which I haven't actually analysed yet. I would probably play this knight because it's a check, of course, and almost checkmate with the knight, but it's not quite. So knight takes here, and we can just it would be best for black to play here for obvious reasons. I won't say why. And here the retreat of the march of the pawn is clearly stopped by this, and black could even be met by this next move. Doesn't matter, because white's going to be a whole piece up. So we'll just go back to another main line that's quite cool here. Okay, so another line is b3 is no good because of aforementioned knight b6 and queen c8 check. Here we have another line is king d7, and here knight b6. The only move for black to play after knight b6 check is king e8. Then we have the queen, and so it more or less forces something to the effect like not b3, because it more or less forces bishop c8, doesn't it? And knight c8 and either or piece is going to be able to be able to defend the runaway b pawn. So if the bishop takes, then just knight takes here, next move, etc. And king comes wobbling over here, and that sort of thing. So that's the end of my session, and I'm also putting a session on for my friend who has asked me to analyse this chess game. So you might like to have a look at that as well. So thank you very much for looking. I hope you have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed that session on chess from my game on chess.com. Thank you very much for looking. That's David Weegenaar, New Zealander from Christchurch, over and out. All the best with your chess.